gonna try when she left me. Yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. 'Cause I just wanna see the light.
It's Tier
I just
2
wanna see the
showtime!
light.
And they're on in a great time. But I know which way to go, left or right. It's all eyes on the Ferrari. Stylo has done the impossible. This is the move. This is the moment.
And that puts in Rapture on the podium.
But it's this man who comes home victorious. It's Red Bull and who win. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the season finale here in Moose Racing League Tier 1. Oh my golly gee, I am so excited to be back with you guys. It has been way too long, but we are here for some amazing racing in the sands of the Netherlands. I was gonna say Dutch, but that is not a country. We're in the Dutch sands here at the Netherlands Grand Prix for the Circuit de Zandvoort, with an exceptional Tier 1 show ahead of you guys here tonight. I hope you guys are stoked because, as you can probably tell, I am. We're gonna have so much fun here tonight. It's gonna be great, and there are some championship battles on the line that will be decided tonight. Now, the driver championship's already been decided. It's Cloud. He's gone and dusted everybody. But that's part of what makes this so fun, is the fact that Cloud has dusted everybody so good, but his teammate has done absolutely no work whatsoever. His teammate has only done 1 point all season long, and so that means that his whole constructor's side, on the Tier 1 side, is only 4 points higher than that of the Haas team, which means that tonight, if the Haas team can outscore the Red Bull team by 4 points, they'll take home the Constructors Championship. The Tier 1, even though Red Bull will take home the Drivers Championship. Feels like a very Red Bull thing to do to get a Drivers Championship, not a Constructors Championship. But neither here nor there. What's more important is the racing we've got ahead of us at this wonderful track. Let's go ahead and take a look at the track map here at Zandvoort. Of course, it's 14 turns across 2.64 miles. Who cares about those kilometers? They're not freedom units, with 3 really good overtaking zones. Of course, into turn 1. You got a little bit of a moment into turn 3 if you are brave, and then obviously up the hill into turn 7 is another good spot as well. There's a scary one as well at the final right at the beginning of the final sector of the second DRS zone, and it's terrifying in my opinion, but you can make it happen. It's at turn 11. If you get a really good run at a 10, you might be able to get a move there, but it's definitely very tough to make it happen. Let's go ahead and jump on track, because it looks like we already have drivers out there as well. So let's go jump on and see what these guys are doing as they are out there and gallivanting around. ADF currently with the current provisional pole. Front, of course, in second, Pinnacle in third, Andy in fourth, Henry in fifth, Miller, Sketchable, Eruption, Cloud, and then Supply After. Cloud and Supply After, of course, remember, they are the rivals here tonight. They're the ones with something to play with, or something to play for, on the line when it comes to a Constructors Championship between the two of them. Who will take it? Supply After needs 4 more points than Cloud. If he wins and Cloud gets second, done. If he gets second and Cloud gets fourth, done. If he gets second and gets fastest lap and Cloud gets third, Cloud would still have it for the Constructors. So he does need really actually a 5-point gap on him, because he cannot tie. He has to actually surpass him when it comes to points. Now, if Supply After goes anything lower than a 5-point gain, then of course it is a Cloud Championship for Constructors and Drivers, in which case he will have carried the Constructors and Drivers all by himself on his own back, which would entirely make sense. But now we're on the view of Sketchable. Sketchable, by the way, has let us know that tonight is going to be his final race here in Moose Racing League. He will be sending tonight off in a fiery show of good Good action. I'm very, very excited. Cobb says a little bit of info. I'm curious what this info is, if it may be something when it comes to the combined Constructor Championship. I haven't done the math today yet, but I know that it may make a difference. As right now, we were sitting, going into today's round, Aston Martin at 240, or sorry, excuse me, that's the drivers. Oh my gosh, it's possible. We are sitting today with Haas, you know, pretty strong lead at 750, and VCarb, of course, at 620. I think Haas has now officially clinched it. I think it's impossible for Haas to get it now, or to lose it, which means that VCarb and Aston Martin are down into it. And it says if Aston Martin outscores VCarb by 12 points, we take the P2, which very much so could happen. You never know, ladies and gentlemen. We could see an Aston Martin outscore. Now, because of the fact that Aston Martin has 2 drivers, and VCarb only has 1, and it's a reserve, if I recall correctly, then this really is quite possible for the VCarb team. Andy, of course, we know to be very, very fast. And Henry also is very, very fast. Yeah, Haas won it in tier 3. Yep, makes sense. Yeah, I had a feeling they won it pretty early. Looking at the gap, you know, it's 130 points. It's pretty much impossible for anybody else to come back on that one. But you know, we've seen crazy things happen. We've seen crazy things happen here in Miss Racing League. We've had 5 seasons of 5 years of craziness. We've seen some crazy stuff for sure. Hold on a second. All right, had to turn my fan up so I can get a little bit more air flowing in this building because it is a little hot. We got Cloud still staying in the pits, but Spot Raptor is going out for a lap. It looks like it's going to be his first hot lap, so let's see how he handles here through the dunes. Pretty good exit there right out of 4. Needs to have a good exit, of course, so that he can get a really good run going up the hill. The weaving S's on his way down to turn 7 right here. Big cut right. A little bit of downshift. Does slow it down, though. He says this is not good enough. I'm going to try again. I wonder what's the reason for it. Cobb, I've been good, man. I've been very good. It has been a hot minute, my friend. Oh. That's unfortunate for Splat Raptor. He's gone off a little bit. Yeah, I've been very good. Although I had a wheel disconnect issue in my tier 3 race, I did win a race earlier today in iRacing, so I am a happy boy. I won a 2.4-hour race solo. It's pretty sick. The new pad's amazing. Yeah, it's very, very sweet. We're gonna get some upgrades and make this place look extra special soon. So we shall see what we can build out of this thing for sure. Edge says he's finished with 261 points this season. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's incredible. Well done. Wow. Yeah, Cobb ended up winning by 30 seconds almost. Oh, no, by 15 seconds. Which is still quite good, I would say. So I just had to get up and turn on the fan on. I'd say a 15-second lead is a pretty good win, if you ask me. If I do say so myself. Pretty good win, pretty good win. Speaking of pretty good win, though, this guy right here, Supply After, is going to hope he can get a pretty good win. Now this is a lap. Now he's on one, look at that. Big cut over. Careful here on the track limits. Doesn't get in on the inside and doesn't get in the outside. Looks really good. Big aggressive turn in. Dodge the inside curve. It's a bit lazy of a wash out, in my opinion. I think he's probably going to feel like he lost a little bit of time there. But now it's going to be a big dive into turn 11. Also, a little bit of an early turn, and I think there's some imperfections in this lap for sure. There's more to get, but let's see if Supply After will be able to at least put himself up into a pretty good position himself. There's a 108.6 on the board at the current fastest time, and I don't know if Supply After will be able to usurp that, and he will not, but in the 10, oh, just kidding. 108.4 from Supply After. He did usurp that. And now it's down to Cloud, who's on that lap. Let's see if he can go beat that even more. I mean, Supply Raptor has a lot to play for tonight, you know? He does have a Tier 1 Constructor Championship to go and win. So, if he can get it done here tonight and have a really good result, 4 points ahead of Red Bull, being Cloud, then he'll get the Tier 1 Constructor Championship for his team. So, high stakes. Cloud looks like he's pushing. Bogs down just a little bit coming into that corner and dodged a Haas right there. That was Supply After. Was parked on the inside, just waiting for him to go through. Doesn't want to get himself a penalty. before we get into this race, of course. Final race of the season always brings out elbows. I fully expect people to get a little bit argy-bargy, get a little bit crazy tonight. I don't expect just chilly-willy, nice and relaxed type racing. I think we're going to see some insanity, so I'm very excited to see it too. I want to see some craziness. Here comes Cloud. Coming out of the final corner. Into the pits. It's called a day. He says, I don't want to go again. That one wasn't good enough. Supply After will go to the pits as well. Eruption is up over a 10th on his lap right now. And he's coming up to a center marker at the end of this next straight right here. Did look like he had a better corner right there than Supply After did. He's up 2.5 tenths, yeah. At this current rate, he's easily going to be able to beat Supply After. Easily going to beat Supply After. Sketchable says he may return for the IndyCar game. Hey, the IndyCar game is going to be awesome, dude. And the NASCAR game. Both those two, you know, titles getting their own game in the very near future with the same studio. Oh, 1082. What a lap from Eruption. That's fast. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be very sweet. Yeah, I know, Pete. It is rather low numbers for sure, but you know, I think people are just, you know, they'd rather whimper their way out of the season. Yeah, retirement is retirement home. Yeah, tell him, Cobb. Tell him. Talk your shit, you know. Oh man, we'll see how the rest of this race pans out for sure. I mean, with Cloud, looks like I don't think he's gonna go for. Well, he may go for a qualifying lap. Actually, just kidding. As I said that, I saw his little dot coming out the pits, so it looks like he will still try. Oh, I'm sure it still will be. It's tier 1, guys. They don't know. They don't know how to make a race boring. It seems like they only know how to be elbows out 100% of the time. Full intensity, full aggression. That's what we want. We don't want chill tonight, guys. We want craziness. We do have an open race already if we end up not having a late entry. And an open race, of course, is where everybody gets a point. At this point, everybody will get a point. Guaranteed. So, Cloud, I think the minimum point value that you can get right now is 3 points. So, Cloud to get 3, who gets 8 points? I want to say 7th. Am I correct, guys? Which position gets 8 points? Was that 5th? Yeah, it must be 5th. It goes 25, 18, 15, 12. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 6. So, Cloud has to, even if Cloud gets last, the lowest that Supply After can get is 5th. So no matter what, if Supply After gets anything lower than 5th, he guaranteed will not win this Constructor Championship in tonight's race. But if he goes 5th or better, he has a shot at it. If Supply After wins the race tonight, he guaranteed wins his Constructor Championship for his tier. For tier 1. It's guaranteed. It would be interesting for sure. We shall see if that's the scenario that we get. I'm gonna keep my standings up so I can keep that math front of center for myself. I always want to know exactly what are the permutations, what are the options of what could happen when it comes to standings and stuff like that. We do have Cloud setting a very slow lap, but it was of course just an outlap banker. He does the double outlap strat. This is gonna be his one and only shot at qualifying here. So let's see what he can do in the Red Bull. Coming out of turn 4, excuse me. Barreling his way up the S's, up the hills, through the dunes, down to 7. Big right-hander, light lift, big downshift. Cuts it nice and sweet there. And really using all the track. You can see how much He's going left, right, left, right. He's using every single inch of real estate that this track has to offer to try to maximize the race time that he can get out of this thing. He needs to go 108.490 or better to beat his current rival of the night's race. And he's up 5 seconds, 5.8, which would be a 109 point something. But I think it's going to go even faster here in the final sector. So watch for a lap here from Cloud. It's his final chance. He may technically get one more, but he's going to have no ERS to get it done. Comes across the line. 108.417 does beat Supply Raptor, but Supply Raptor has a chance to clap back. Currently, his clap has no bite, though. It looks like he is 1700s down on his best time. It did not look like a good spot there in the beginning of Sector 3. Oh, that's really bad there. Supply Raptor has bottled qualifying, and he is done. And there's also a Ferrari out on the side of the road right there that ADF just passed, so that would be Pinnacle. He is done for. Eruption can improve, but I don't think he needs to. He has Andy back here in 9th. Henry's just finished his lap. Andy is up, though, by a pretty good chunk. Could get himself up into something even more spicy. Put himself into those low 9s, high 8s. If he gets himself those high 8s, he's got a really good chance at a good result here, I think. Doesn't quite. 109.1. Still really good. And it's 1/100th of a second faster than the first retiree of the session, Mr. Minico. Something to note as well. So that's interesting. 1/1000th gap right there. Very, very tight. Our tightest gap on the grid by a long shot. We do have a tight gap between Cloud and Supply Raptor, though. Of course, that's the race we all want to see. If Cloud gets Supply Raptor gets second, Cloud has to get 4th. For him to win. For Supply Raptor to win. Yeah. I've done all the permutations, ladies and gentlemen. I know the options. I know what is possible. And I cannot wait to see if that's what's going to happen. We South E, 4th ore. And that is our qualifying standings right there, ladies and gentlemen. We got Eruption on pole with Cloud in 2nd, Supply Raptor in 3rd, ADF in 4th, Ferrari that comes up in 5th. Really good job, actually, for Ferrari. Sketchable in 6th, Andy in 7th, Minico in 8th, Henry in 9th, and C Miller rounds out our top 10 and rounds out our entire grid, actually, which is 10 tonight here. So the 10 that we do have racing, I'm sure will be giving it everything they've got to give us a good show here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your predictions in as to who you think is going to end up with the top step on the podium. I am really banking towards the Supply Raptor win. I think he's going to, make it happen, and it's going to be a pure cinema. But at the same time, I also think there might be like a shock winner, like an ADF or an Andy or something like that, just kind of coming out of like, whoa, hey, I can do that, and go get the win and be an unexpected winner for this final race. So those are my personal predictions, permutations. You guys, let me know what you think is going to happen here in tonight's race while we get ready for this grid. We got just a few seconds until we line up and get those green lights going. Yeah, I'm really hoping for a shock winner. I am hoping for a shock winner. I want to see just something wild, just something crazy, something silly willy, oopsie poopsie goofy woofy, So I want to see. I want to see something crazy. I think we might get that, though. I think we just might get that. We're gonna find out rather momentarily. As we're about to get ready to go racing here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a good race ahead of us. This much I can tell you. So, of course, Sketchable, his final race here tonight. Ready to retire in style with hopefully his best result of the season. I don't know exactly what his best result is so far this season. Oh, excuse me. His best result so far this season. Well, I got a shot to look at this. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's take a look. It says, let's get this over with. Hey, you never know. It could end up being exceptional. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. It's getting the sneezes over here. Standings. What is Sketchable's best result this season? I don't know, because he doesn't show up in the top 20. Oof. That bad, huh, Sketchable? Oof. That rough? Rip. Doesn't matter right now, because the lights are on. 4, 5 lights are on, but not for long. They're about to go out. And they are out, and it is race time with Eruption with a good launch right there. Of course, Cloud, not nearly as good of one Supply After with a great launch, though. He's going to come around the inside, or the outside, excuse me. Make a dive, come around the outside of turn 1, and there's already 3-way contact. And there is the Rebel getting a little bit squirrely, but he's not going to get out of the end. Look at ADF! Up 3 positions on the start, and he pushes out Supply After. Or somebody else. It was Supply After, but Supply After got right back on track very quickly. Lucky for that one, he's right up in the back of ADF. Cloud right behind them. He's actually going to go side by side. Oh my gosh. This early in the race, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these guys. These guys are crazy. Cloud wants it here. He's going to dive already getting in there. Doesn't have the moment, though. Has to stay behind. Ho, 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 ho. Whoa, what a start. And of course, Eruption is just running away with it. Totally oblivious to the insanity happening behind him. Supply. Oh my gosh. Pinnacle in the wall. Oh, Pinnacle really in the wall. Pretty hard right there. Really big hit right there from Pinnacle. Looks like outside of him, everybody is safe. ADF up 2 positions. Big winner so far on the start. Great start from ADF. Like I said, I think he's got a shot at being a surprise winner tonight, and he just might. But Supply Raptor, of course, needs to take away that honor from him if he wants to win this Constructor Championship tonight and get it done. We shall see who will come out on top at the end of this race. 36 laps of racing ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. We're only 1 down so far, 35 to go. Supply After already losing DRS, needs to be very careful not to lose the pace. Has to stay on the back of ADF and burn up some of that energy. Looks like he's going to go ahead and do some of that. You can see he's used up a little bit of it from those bars at the bottom of the steering wheel. You guys can see whenever we go first-person view. He's used up some for sure, so he's definitely trying his best. Sketchable right there in 5th. Sketchable in a good spot so far. Just needs to hold on as well and keep the laps, you know, cranking down. Just be smart, smooth, calm, collected is his move tonight. Possible race strategy here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Most people are going to be starting on the hards. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look. Everybody except for ADF has started on hards. So it's going to be mediums. For everybody else, right around lap 25, 23. No, probably lap 20, actually. They're making that pit stop, getting out the hards, going to the mediums. Supply After is within DRS. And look at that wing is open as well, you can see. So he has it. He's there. ADF unable to pass Eruption. ADF is able to stay on the back of him, though. Plenty fine. Pinnacle and Ferrari, they're already way out of this race. They are 25 seconds down and 30 seconds down, respectively. Unfortunate for them. Respectively, not respectfully. Unfortunate for them, though. They've had a bit of a rough start for sure. Pinnacle's already gone to the pits. Gonna go change to that wing, I'm sure. Hey, look, Ferrari didn't forget to change his wing. Look at him go. They did remember. But he will already be at the very, very, very back of the grid after having that moment on lap 1. That was tough. Tough to see for sure. I think it just went wide at the banked corner. And I just got him. Just caught him out. And then nothing you can do once you go that wide, you know? You're just going to go and hit the wall. I think that's what happened. I'll have to ask him, you know, at the end of the race. We'll all have to, you know, have our questions for sure. Which I'm sure we will. But I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Look at ADF, though. Oh, my gosh. Him and Eruption side by side. ADF long gone. Long gone. He has absolutely cleared the crap out of him. Cloud now right up on the back here as well in 4th. Looking for a good exit here. Doesn't quite have it. Not going to get it. Yeah. Allows Supply After to just stay ahead. Supply After is looking very calm in a scenario like this, which is hard to be, you know? When you see there's somebody who's a championship rival breathing down your neck like this, it's hard to stay calm. Look at this push from Cloud. Tries to go around the outside, actually, in a very unconventional overtaking zone, and at first it gets pushed off. There's really nowhere for them to go, though. I mean, that was a scary spot. Looks like he gets back on, no problem, no positions lost, just a little bit of a warning from the Haas. It says, hey, watch out, Brother Beans. I'm still there too, and you cannot pass me quite that easy. DRS, though, is not open. Crucially, DRS not open for Supply After, so Supply After will have lost that. And we'll lose it again right here. He's not gonna have DRS once again here going down the main straight. Regardless of how much he pushes right now, won't have it. And watch this run right here. Cloud. Back 8/10 did not get much, actually. It looks like, you know, being 8/10 back means you're not going to get really much at all. So that's something for Cloud to note now. If he's within like 6/10 or so, he's got a shot at it on the main straight. If he's outside that 6/10, no chance. It's going to be Supplier after his corner to hold, for sure. Almost certainly. Look at Sketchy Bull. Doing well. Hanging out in 5th. Having a good time. Looking very good. Pete says he needs a safety car. They both do for Ferrari and Pinnacle. Oh, yeah, they desperately need a safety car. Without a safety car, they're not in this race at all. They're out. Both of them. It literally may as well be over, which is tough, right? But that's the honest truth of it. Now that these guys in the top 8 all have DRS, they're just going to keep running more and more and more and more away. So, yeah, there's something. Right now, Aston Martin, as we mentioned, has to outscore VCAR by 12 points, which means they would need to get like some good positions. 3rd and 4th would do it for them. And then Sketchable, or sorry, C Miller in like 8th. That would do it for them. Who knows? Andy's got a many pass to Sketchable. Speaking of which, as I'm talking about the Aston Martins and Sketchable. Sketchy needs to be smart. How does he use the power he has at B? What's up, brother? Saying hi from a work trip. Howdy, Pat. How we doing? Good to see you, man. What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Supplier, after crucially, is now within that DRS range, but only just. It's touch and go, actually. It seems to depend on the track. He will get it. Depends on the corner. Excuse me. He will get DRS here. He'll gain a little bit back, but I mean that one never really does that much for you. It's this next one that really does it all for you, and he's not going to get the DRS for that one either. Mini goes out. He's out in the pits. Uh-oh. And it looks like Miniko's car is about to rejoin. But he won't rejoin in the way of anybody. It looks like everyone's is long ahead, so we won't see an issue there for Miniko's car rejoining. Gosh, what a silly, silly, silly glitch, am I right? Oh, Pete. Fuck it. That'd be the best thing ever, dude. That'd be the best thing ever. Busy as hell, will be misremember that. Hey, we miss you too, dude. Busy is good. Busy means you're doing stuff, you're making moves, you're improving your life. But we definitely do miss you for sure. Very much so. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. I need to just go grab a quick thing from the fridge to fix my very hoarse throat. I sound like a horse. ADF, though, still the lead right here. Leading off Eruption, who's sitting in 2nd, and Supplier in 3rd, Cloud in 4th, Andy in 5th, rounding out our top 5. Be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like flags are still green here at Zandvoort. ADF still in the lead, 6/10 ahead of Eruption. Supplier after still leading off. Cloud as well, still staying into that DRS range. As he desperately needs to make sure he does. He cannot let that DRS go away. Eruption has made a move. Oh my gosh, he's out. Whoa! I saw that from the back of the screen. He has smoked the barriers. Eruption. Oh my gosh. He has no wing. An Eruption, I think maybe in a moment of panic or maybe getting overtaken or something like that, he has now put himself out of the race effectively with no wing. And without a safety car, there's no chance he finds his way back into this thing as well. Remember, that's going to be crucial detail. ADF still in the lead. Like I said, a potential shock winner out of ADF today. Just going to say I called it. Just going to say I told you so. I called it, I told you so. Just saying. That's the thing that I did say. Wow. And it gets interesting, ladies and gentlemen. It only takes one moment like that for a race to turn itself on its head and become a totally different story. And that is exactly what we've just gotten right here. Ferrari Nut still way off this thing, of course. Eruption now 11 seconds back from the back of the pack of C. Miller. And he's locking up like crazy. I mean, look at that. He's looking like an anteater out here just, you know? There's nothing he can do. Nothing he can do. Sketchball still sitting in 6th. Henry in 5th. Andy in 4th. These guys looking good right here, but they're not looking at a 12-point gain over C. Miller. We got 25, 18, 15, 12, plus 10, 22. Which means they would have a 12-point gain over C. Miller, actually. So if these two get it, they actually get the combined Constructors P2 if Andy and Henry get a 12-point gap over C. Miller. So their combined score has to be 12 points more than C. Miller's single score. Which, I mean, as of right now, actually is looking like it's basically guaranteed to happen. Eruption erupted the barrier. Yeah, he did, dude. He absolutely did. Smoked that thing. Did it pretty hard. Now, Supply Raptor, of course, is going to need to get a move on. This is the real battle right here, ladies and gentlemen. He needs to make this happen. If he doesn't get this position over ADF, it's game over, right? Now, keep in mind, ADF is on medium tires, which is getting himself a guaranteed undercut. Now, the question is how much that undercut help him at the end of the stint. It's going to help him out early on. I think he's probably going to gain about 3-4 seconds on that undercut. But then once Supply Raptor, Cloud, Andy all get on mediums, they're going to have tons of pace over ADF. And it's going to make a really big difference, of course, at the back half of the race. So ADF is going to have to be very careful and potentially even very lucky when it comes to when that safety car comes, if one does. If he gets one now, effectively, it's scary, but it's oh my god, but it's doable. Cloud and Supply Raptor having a little bit of a fight again. They are still going at this thing, man. This is the one for glory, though. These guys have to, you know, they're going to go after it. Cloud's already won the Drivers' Championship, but he has not yet secured the Constructors' Championship, effectively all by himself. Remember, he has a 4-point gap right now, a 4-point lead over Supply Raptor. So if Cloud can keep that 4-point lead, then he'll be golden. But if Supply Raptor can outscore him by 5 points or more, Supply Raptor will win the Constructor Championship here in Tier 1 for Haas for Season 14. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible here in Moose Racing, ladies and gentlemen. Anything is possible. Andy, 5 seconds off the leaders. Huge gap from Andy up to Cloud. I really don't know why Andy fell off so hard when it comes to that pace. Who knows? Pete, maybe. He's very busy these days. So if not, it's okay. Maybe. Everyone seems to be very busy these days, you know? Back in that grind mode, right? Back in that grind mode. Oh, Cloud. Huge run! Goes around the outside again, doesn't have it. That seems to be the case every single time he comes up to that scenario. He's got a massive, massive, massive run, but he can never quite get it done. I don't think he he doesn't quite have the speed to get up alongside. He has the top end, but just doesn't have the acceleration out of the corner. If he was a little bit closer coming out of 3, then I think Cloud is going to make that move done at that corner. I think that's actually where Cloud's going to go for it, too, is that corner. But you never know. Titan says, let's go Haas. Titan is in a good spot, obviously. Haas has sealed the deal when it comes to the combined Constructors Championship, but now it's a question of can they seal the deal here in Tier 1 as well and really sign off this season with a phenomenal result. Titan was one that everybody doubted on at the beginning of the season, but look at how well he's done with the opportunity. Oh my gosh, Supply Raptor looking for a potential move there on ADF. Doesn't have it though. Not quite there. Really, Pete? No way. Yeah, Andy's the GOAT, dude. We love Andy. Mr. Rage Quit. Yep. Okay, no run here for Cloud. Has to build up that energy. It looks like it was all an energy charge is what gave him that run. Every single time he's coming up to 7. Is that 7? Yeah, it turned 7. So not gonna have it there. Oh, Supply Raptor still in second. 9/10 away from ADF, though, having a bit of a rough lap here. Needs to turn on the jets if he's gonna hold on to that DRS, and he needs to hold on to that DRS. He cannot have a loss of DRS. It is crucial. He'll stay in it right now, which is good. Cloud will be right behind him for sure. Exactly. Hey, Pete, that's how we used to have it, man. It used to be all on everyone's own channels. All the commentary was on everybody's own personal channels before we switched over to YouTube. Many moons ago, many moons ago. Look at Cloud chasing the back of the Haas. He wants, I mean, Red Bull's had a rough season this season for sure. They are last place in the combined constructors. I think they're gonna end up finishing last place as well. It's between them and Williams, which whoever ran that team, whew, tough time this season. Yeah, I think Williams has sealed it. Red Bull, of course, you know, wants to at least finish on a high note and get a constructor championship here in tier 1. It'd be phenomenal for them to get that, but you know, it's not guaranteed for sure. Definitely not guaranteed. The story is not written yet. It's probably after 9/10 away from ADF still just right on the edge. Remember though, ADF again on mediums. It's gonna be a different story once they swap. Look at that. I mean, Freund just gets fast slap and he's on fresh tires on the fresh mediums. Those fresh mediums are gonna be quick. So if these guys in the hards can keep it locked in, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, Pete, for sure. At the time when we made that decision, big time. It was absolutely the right decision. You should have seen how well it did on the right. Oh yeah. Oh, it was slow moment right there from Supply Raptor. Looked a little bit lackadaisical, but a bad exit right there from Cloud means he's not gonna be able to make a move going up the hill again, but he does have the power again. Look at how much he gains with the spacing. Look at that, dude. He closed up on him like crazy. The downforce difference in setups is bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. Wow. It's nuts. Supply Raptor still sitting here in second. Cloud right behind him in third. Supply Raptor again. It's just right on the. He's teetering on the edge of losing the DRS. He is playing with fire, man. Every single lap, he's right up on the on the brisk of or on the brink of losing the DRS. Maybe lose it here. No, he just barely got it. He barely got it back, I think. Listen for the beep. Yeah, it's open. He just dips to the inside too. He's really trying to defend now. He knows that Red Bull behind him is slippery in a straight line. It is 0 drag coefficient for sure tonight. Very, very tight. Now at the back, we look at Sketchable go in and make an early pit stop, undercutting, putting on mediums for 20 laps. Interesting move right there, undercutting C. Miller. And really everybody else, Henry and Andy as well. He's trying to go for a big undercut. So we'll see how well this pays off. We thought it's gonna be interesting for sure. ADF in the lead. Supply Raptor in second. Cloud in third. Andy in fourth, and Henry in the fifth. Still the same story she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Still the same story she wrote. No positions changed quite yet. But it's not to say that will be the case forever. Sketchable says 2-stop. Oh! Interesting strategy. He's anticipating the mediums being that much faster that he'll be able to make so much time up to justify an extra stop. That is a brave strategy, Cotton. There goes one in. ADF. He's going to go for 20 laps on those next hards, which means that Cloud and Supply have to look for them to pit in about 4 laps. Now the fight opens up with the front runner gone, and he has cleared out the space. It's Supply Raptor and Cloud to fight it off. I guarantee you it's going to be a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the exit here of Cloud. Remember, he has that amazing run going up the hill, but he's a little far back this time around, so he won't be able to get it done. ADF is going to come out in the hards as we were expecting. Needs a good pit exit. I think he'll have just a fine one. Yeah, he will. And he's out there and rolling. the kick Sauber car of ADF. Now, a lot of work to do, but I think if there's somebody who can handle the pressure, it's probably gonna be that guy, you know? He's pretty good at what he does. He's pretty good at what he does. Sketchable running the two-stopper after his first stop is still behind ADF. Needs to have enough pace to be able to pass ADF basically on this lap and then go in again. Which a two-stop just feels so aggressive right now. But you never know. You never know. He is pacing on ADF. I saw a 7-second gap not that long ago. Now he's on a 5.8. So, I mean, he's pacing on for sure. Cloud, though, actually over a second off. Hold on a second. Cloud will barely have DRS, but only just. Now Cloud and Supplier are in the same scenario that Supplier and ADF were in, where Supplier was hanging on for dear life, and ADF was trying to gap him out. If this is the finishing order, guys, here's what would happen to our standings. In Tier 1, Haas would win the Constructors' Championship because it's been Cloud versus the world in that tier, for sure. And Supplier has had a good teammate to help him out throughout most of the season, so him and his teammate had put themselves up into the same spot. The McLaren team unfortunately failed to show up, so they had a shot as well in the combined Constructors' Championship for Tier 1, but unfortunately they will not be able to contest anything as they are not here to contest. Combined Constructors, Aston Martin would score enough points to outscore C. Miller by over 10, which would guarantee them P2 as well in the combined Constructors' Championship. So lots to play for right here, ladies and gentlemen. Lots to play for. Halfway through the race we are now. 18 laps down. 18 more to go. It's anybody's game now, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody's game, especially out of these two in the top. Sketchable is pulling some time, though. Look at this. Remember, ADF pit 1 lap before Sketchable. Sketchable was about 7 seconds out. He's now 5.5, 5.6. He's on fresh tires. He's making mistakes for sure. Look at that. You can see as he goes really, really deep there. But the tire advantage is undeniable. When there's no DRS to get in the way, the tire advantage is undeniable. Those mediums are fast, for sure. Not quite fast enough, though, unfortunately. He's still going to be pretty far out of it. Eruption, of course, after that big mistake early on in the race, losing his front wing. He is now way out of this thing, 10 seconds away from even the back of Sketchable. He's got nothing else he can do. He's just kind of stuck there, you know? Stuck in no man's land. The two Astons, though, look at them. They're just neck and neck. They're hanging out. They're a tiny little drive with each other. Oh, yellow flag. Fry nut is out. Oh, gonna be a safety car if these guys catch up fast enough. It's a chance. There's a chance. And it's gone. And we don't get the safety car. Ferrari nut had a chance of giving them a safety car. I think he probably spun right around this corner. Is what it looked like. But no safety car to be had. Which means that the race goes on au naturel. And the chance of a safety car have drastically gone down. Because that is 12% of the race lobby that was left gone. A 12% reduction in race lobby size is big. Way less chances for safety car now. 12% less chance when it comes to just amount of people, right? Big difference. We may not get a safety car, Pete. We may not get a safety car. And if we don't, then that means that that Supplier after Cloud, ADF, will basically end up having a scrap to the end. ADF looked like he's catching up to the back of C. Miller. Is there a limit on VSC? Like how many safety cars we can get? I think we can only get 6 total, 5 total. If I recall correctly. Unlimited, I think VSCs fall into that as well. So 5 VSCs as well. If I recall correctly. Though we haven't had a single one yet. A little bit of a lockup right there from C. Miller, who's losing tons of time to ADF. Tons of time. Cloud in the back. Of Supply after still unable to make a pass. Newman says this is the opposite of Tier 4. Hey, I mean, that was a chaotic race. I'm not gonna lie, that was a chaotic race to watch. That was tough. C. Miller's got in early. Not gonna let himself get passed on track by ADF. He's gonna go ahead and relinquish the position by going in early. Just get it over with. You know? Got it. Oh, good. Did disconnect, but I still caught it. Thank you so much, Clown. Yes, that's what I thought. I knew it was a 5 combiner. Cloud, now look at this. 1.1 seconds away from Spire. I think it's going to burn some energy to try to catch back up and get himself into that DRS zone. Not going to have it coming out of this corner. So that flappy wing stays closed. Wow, I mean, Supply Raptor looks like he's actually does have, quote unquote, the better pace today out of the 2 protagonists in this Tier 1 Constructor Championship battle. Now, it's a question of who's going to play chicken first, who's going to jump in first. They can go 16, 15, 14 laps in those mediums. They're going to want to go as little as possible because these hards are actually pretty good. And the pit stop is going to be, you know, it's going to take time. And those mediums will burn out. They will burn out. Sketchbull obviously is going for a 2-stop, and he had like 20 laps worth of time. And he's going for a 2-stop. So he's going to have to get on another, he's going to have to make another stop. I know. If only, Pete. If only we could make it come out even more. I love these cars. If only you could like manually control them. That'd be freaking awesome. That's that'd be what this thing needs for sure. In the back though, it's Cloud in second, still unable to catch up to Supply Raptor, who is leading this race. I think he's gonna go in about 1 or 2 laps. But Supply Raptor needs to be careful. He needs to make sure he doesn't get undercut. If he gets undercut, he's gotta be scared. And he will. And he will get undercut. This is terrifying for Supply Raptor. Guys. Undercuts are so strong. It's a 1.4 second gap on his way into the pits. If Cloud can have a good outlap right here, this could seal the deal for him. Now, let's take a look at how he comes out with ADF. ADF has passed him by a pretty large margin as well. Looks like it's probably gonna be probably like 5 seconds almost worth of gap between Cloud and ADF. Is my guess 4.3. Yeah, so oof, dude, I mean, it's a tough scenario for him to be in. And he has lost position to Sketchable because he's gone in as well this lap, so he's went ahead and pit for the mediums. Supply Raptor has to go in now. Has to go in. It's a shame that's not MTVX like League Race in general, isn't it? Exactly right, Pete. I could not agree more. Could not agree more. It's a very necessary feature for sure. Unfortunately, it's not there yet, but maybe one day. You know, we can wish, right? Until then, we have Supply Raptor staying in the lead with Henry in second, ADF in third, trying to chase his way up there. Supply Raptor has to go in right now. He cannot stay out for another lap. I guarantee he's going to go in. Why does he go out? Why does he stay out? Supply Raptor, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You're not going to get a safety car. You're not going to get a lucky, you know, free stop. It's not going to happen. There isn't a single battle on track. There's only 8 people out there. You need to cover off. Oh, this is a brave moment for him. Henry's gone ahead and gone in. ADF obviously is still out. Cloud still out here as well. But notice how he is 2.5 seconds back for now from ADF instead of 4. Oh, it's getting tighter. Henry and Andy. Andy undercut Henry. Look at how much of a gap it just gained him. Let's take a look. 2 seconds by a single lap. If Supply Raptor doesn't go in now, he is so dead. He's absolutely dead in the water. Unless he's gonna go for softs, which would be the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. It'd be crazy. It would be absolutely crazy. I would love it. I would love it. Don't get me wrong. I'd be happy as a pig in a pile of shit, right? Nope, he's gonna go ahead and go in. Very careful on pit entry here. Don't get yourself a penalty. Good pit entry for Supply Raptor. Has to be smart there. Alrighty. 2 guys. Watch his exit here. Oh man. You can see the Red Bull coming up. The Red Bull I think will pass him. I'm pretty sure the Red Bull will pass him. There he goes. And Supply Raptor has stayed in for 1 too many laps. I freaking knew it. I freaking knew it, guys. But now he's gonna have slightly fresher tires. 2 laps better. That's 2 seconds. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? All right, let's see if Supply Raptor can catch up. Cloud is now going to try to pass ADF here on track. He's hopefully going to get held up, but hopefully according to Supply Raptor, right? And if he doesn't get held up, then Supply Raptor is done for. But if it does get held up, then Supply Raptor's chances have just increased like crazy. Oh my gosh, he's pushing hard. That was an aggressive entry. So aggressive. He had to do a little bit of correction there. But look at how much time he's gaining. Whoa. So he wants to win this thing on track. He wants to win this thing with a pass. He doesn't want to win it by strategy. Doesn't want to win it by being smarter, doing smarter thinking. No, he's like, I want to scrap for this one. But it's scary. I mean, he's the third person to train. Being the third person to DRS train is a really hard spot to be. It is really hard to end up with yourself at the front of that pack at some point. It's tough. You're pretty much always relegated to stay in that third spot. The top two can swap, you know, backs and forces. But the leader, it's tough to get it, you know? Or the third place guy, it's tough for them to get themselves up there. But it looks like he is faster. Pace-wise, just look at the pace. Supply Raptor seems to be the better of the two of them tonight. Look at the exit there. Yeah, that was a really good exit Supply Raptor. He's going to burn off a little bit of energy there as well. But look at Cloud. He's banking all that energy. You can see at the very bottom of the steering wheel. He's kept it all. ADF has used a lot of it. So it's really going to be an interesting race here. The final 10 laps are about to commence at the end of this one. Is when the final 10 laps start, and it is really anyone's game in the top three here. We've still got an Andy and Henry show back here. 2.5 seconds separate the two Aston Martins. They're looking great, and they're looking really good to go ahead and usurp C. Miller. And again, take P2 in the Combined Constructors Championship if they do this. So would be a great result for them. Eruption has recovered pretty well, though. He's on 16 lap old hards, and no chances go to the end. He will probably have to pit one more time, unfortunately. He's going to pit for softs. He's going to go for fastest lap. I see it happening. ADF in the lead still. Cloud in second. Supply Raptor right up on the back of Cloud, though. 5/10 away. And remember, Cloud is the slipperier one, but Supply Raptor is way faster in the corners, it seems like. And now that he's got some DRS advantage to have him, you know, just at least keep up in the straights with that slippery Red Bull, this could be a dangerous combo. Dangerous in the form of Supply Raptor being faster. Look at the speed he has on him in the corners. It is undeniable. And his exit, too, is so good because he can just get that rear end planted. He just has the downforce to do it. Cloud, of course, is forced to just, you know, give it everything it's got, but it's just not quite enough. Oh, my gosh. There he goes. Oh, he thought about it. The downforce difference is incredible. Oh, it's a big dive. There it is. I knew it was happening. Has to go for it. They can't lose DRS in exchange for this. Oh, he's got to be careful not to hit it too hard, of course. Otherwise, that's going to be a rear wing gone. Needs to be very careful about how much he pushes here. But I think Supply Raptor is confident that even if they lose a little bit of time to ADF at the front, Supply Raptor will be able to make that move forward and get more pace so that he can eventually still go overtake ADF. Because I think he knows he doesn't need DRS and ADF. He knows he's got the pace when it comes to the tire advantage. He does as well. He definitely does. And I think he will for the remainder of this race too. Dude, Cloud is in danger right here, but he's got the DRS to be able to hang him to the back of ADF. Here comes Supply Raptor. Oh my God, he way oversent that one. Yep. That was big. That was a mistake from Supply Raptor. That was a big mistake. I think he knows it. Oh, shoot. What happens if Cloud and Supply DNF? Then Cloud and Red Bull would take the Constructor Championship. And at this moment, I think it's going to happen anyway because 9 seconds separates them now. 10 seconds. Supply Raptor just got too anxious for that, man. He really wanted it. He knew that's what he needed to do. He knew he needs the position, but he just dove the crap out of that thing. Way too late. And now it's Cloud who's just going to try to take the win here. And over ADF, I mean, Cloud is guaranteed to get this position. The tire difference is just hilarious. ADF stands absolutely no chance. Supply Raptor, though, is going to want to pass Andy. He's not going to want to let Andy get that podium spot. And Andy, of course, will not like that. Andy will want to keep it. Cloud's just saving. He's just chilling back there. Says no need to rush this. Here comes Supply Raptor, though. He's going to rush it. Of course he's going to rush it. He has to. He has to go as fast as he can. I mean, he has 9.2 seconds to gain in a span of like 7 laps. I mean, good luck. Good luck, you know? That's a little much to gain. Cloud right up on the back. Back slap goes sketchable though after a recent pit stop, 3-lap old tires that he has right here. Eruption's gone back into the pits again. He's going to go back on the mediums. Doesn't go for softs. He will still be able to go for the fast lap with those mediums quite easily. 8.3 now Supplier after the Cloud. At this point, at this pace, it does theoretically seem possible. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can't tell if Cloud's just being extra chill for just the sake of a good race, or if he literally cannot get past ADF. But, I mean, at this rate, Supplier after will catch up. I'm just doing the math in my head right now. He will catch up at this rate. Take a look at Cloud. He's going to go for it, yeah. So it wasn't a matter of didn't have the pace to do it. He just had to wait for a little bit. Supplier after now 8.1 seconds away. Now that Cloud isn't being held up, I mean, I think it's a done deal for Cloud. I think Supplier after has no recourse. We're gonna change the gap instead of to interval to leader because I want to know how far Supplier after is from leader at all times. 8.3 seconds now. Now take a look and see if that gap starts to shrink or gain. I think it's gonna stay right around that 8.0 to 8.5 range for the rest of this race. I don't see Supplier after having the pace to make any sort of positions back up. He might be able to get past ADF and get a second place, but Cloud, I don't see him losing this lead. I do not see him losing this lead at any point. I think Supplier after knows it now too. He's driving a little disheveled. You can tell the edge that he has out of it, the bite, the spice that you usually see in his driving style. It's just gone. It's almost immediate how different it is. Look at how he's very aggressive when he's really going for something. And watch the turn in here. You can almost immediately see it too. Very smooth. Chill corner. He's not going for it. And Cloud goes ahead and puts the fast slap down just for insult to injury. Look at him, man. He is putting out a dominant win right there if he goes ahead and wins this thing. He's got obviously 6 more laps to get it done. But at this rate, yeah, I don't see Supplier putting any sort of pressure down onto the back of Cloud at all. He might catch up to ADF, but still going to be a tough ask. He's got 7 seconds to go. And just 5 laps, he has to put the pace on it. And again, Supplier does not look like he's driving that fast. And Supplier doesn't have anything else to play for. Remember, his only thing that he had to play for tonight was this Tier 1 Constructors Championship because they've already won the combined Constructors. They've already done it. So now it's just like, hey, can I win, the big one for Tier 1 as well? And cap off the Haas season with a bang? And I don't think he's going to be able to get it done. Minus some insane craziness happening from Cloud. I don't see it happening. So he could get second, though. He could get at least a good consolation prize, but I think right now the final step of the podium is about the best he's going to be able to find himself at. Go back to interval so we can kind of take a look and see if there's any tight gaps. It's, again, the Aston Martins, Henry and Aston, neck and neck. Henry will have fresher tires, of course, than Andy. The Aston pair at 4th and 5th would score combined. I still think 22 points, if I recall correctly. My math is right. It's 12 and 10. So 22. And C. Miller would get 8 points, which is 2 lower than what he would need to get to be able to stay in this thing. Yeah. Exactly. Not going to happen. Not going to happen, Pete. Supplier after has unfortunately ended his own campaign for a Constructors title here in Tier 1 with a costly mistake there on lap 30 is when he did 29, was it? 29 or 30 when he oversent it going into turn 1. Costly mistake. It's a championship costly one. I mean, that's how it happens sometimes. Sometimes the stakes are that high. That's racing. Sometimes the stakes are as simple as like, it's just, position. And sometimes the stakes of the championship. And today the stakes of the championship, I think, got the better of him and forced him into a bit of an unfortunate error for sure. Now, of course, again, anything can happen, right? We know Supplier to be a very, very, very good driver. So he could find some pace and at least get that P2 back. He's only 5.5 seconds away from ADF. So it is technically possible. But it's going to be tough. Theoretically speaking, it's going to be really tough. Now, let's see if we see a swap here from the Aston Martins. Henry's going to have a hell of a run right here. Oh, it's an easy swap. Does it super early, too. And he didn't even try, of course. I mean, what's he going to try to defend? Right? Doesn't think he'd be there. ADF sitting in second. I was predicting an ADF win or a Supplier after win. I was predicting a shock win. I was not predicting a Cloud win, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know I mentioned that at the beginning of the stream. I did not think the Cloud was going to win this race. I always, I know Cloud's just exceptional. He is literally one of the best I think I've ever seen. I just thought we were gonna get lucky with a rando winner today. I was like, oh, hey, I mean, you never know, right? A non-traditional one, because Cloud's absolutely dominated this season. But it looks like that's not gonna be the case. We're gonna have a Cloud win, I think, at this rate, minus extreme exigent circumstances. It's Cloud win for sure. Then it's a question of Henry and Andy, who's gonna swap at there. ADF with that P2 position. Let's see if that changes anything for his tier 1 standings. Taking a look at that for him. ADF, they're currently sitting in 6th. They will outscore Alpine, obviously, by all the points they get tonight. So if he can get, oh, he needs way more. It's not gonna be possible for them to get anything out of that. ADF also has nothing to play for ahead of him because Andy has guaranteed that position where he's at right now. It's more than safe, so he'll have that. So ADF is just doing this for fun. He's just doing it for the record. Nothing to gain here. But yeah, his season's been phenomenal. Give you guys an example of kind of like the results he's had. Here are his points per race. First race was a rough one with 0. Then he goes 10, 5, 15, 6, 5, 8, 5. A missed round, 8 and 12. ADF has just always been there. You know, he's never been like fully out of it. A lot of 12s and then a podium in Austria. So, and also a podium China last week as well. So, yeah, he's been really good. Now, of course, the dominant season, of course, is to Cloud, who has won every race he's competed in except for 5. And out of those 5, 3 of them were second place finishes. Insane record. Absolutely insane record. So Supplier, though, has also had a great season. He's had 2 wins so far this season, and a 2nd place and a 3rd place. While missing 3 races, he's still 2nd place, which is just incredible. Honestly, so impressive. So he's done a great job. All in all, and there's been a lot of really good, you know, a lot of really good drivers up and down the grid for sure. Still insane for Ferrari not to win a Monaco race. That was insane. That was crazy. I still can't believe he did that. But you know, he comes up into tier 1. He was cocky. He said he could do it, and he handled for sure. But yeah, Cloud's been absolutely bonkers from start to finish. He's been just so consistent this whole season long. It's been impressive. C Miller and Eruption are fighting though. Look at this. Eruption's gonna have him done for sure. I mean, look at the tire advantage. Basically nothing. Yeah, nothing Miller could do there, unfortunately. So he will lose that position, and I think because of that, it is guaranteed as well that Andy and Henry will give Aston Martin P2 in the Constructors' Championship combined. But that does not matter right now. Right now, we're looking at the final lap here of Tier 1 in Season 14, and Cloud is still in the lead by 5.5 seconds. Gigantic lead. So Supplier has been doing his best to chip away at the lead that ADF has over him, but it's just not quite enough. He still has 2 seconds to gain and only 2 miles to do it, and that is just not enough time or space to get that done. I think he's going to be relegated guaranteed to 3rd. Henry in 4th, Andy in 5th. They may swap one more time before they get to the checkered flag. And they might have a little bit of a dogfight here and let themselves race. I think that's what they should do. So they can have a little bit of fun here to send off Season 14 and style. A bit of a extension right there from Henry. Andy going to try to capitalize on a good run here. Both of them have energy. Both of them dumping energy. Using it all. C Miller and Eruption. Swap again. And C Miller is going to take that lead back from Eruption. Eruption's going to have a really good run, though, coming out of turn 1, and they're neck and neck, side by side. Look at this. We're getting fights in the final lap of the final race, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what we could have ever asked for. The V-Carb holds the inside line. The Ferrari gets a good run, but not good enough. It's still tight. It's still tight, and it's going to be for C Miller to hold out the position over Eruption. Look at that. Great battle right here between the two of them. Andy, of course, and Henry, of course, having a nice battle, but back to the front. It's Cloud crowning himself a championship in an insane master style, and he also takes home the Constructors' Championship with a great win. ADF will come home in 2nd, and Supplier, unfortunately unable to get it done, but does still get home in 3rd with a great race for himself. Andy and Henry may have a drag race to the line here. Who's going to get it? It's going to be a drag race. Oh, and it's still Henry, but only by just half a tenth right there. And Eruption is also going to have a drag race here with C Miller. Now, C Miller is having a massive tire disadvantage here. 7 lap-old mediums versus 15 lap-old mediums. It looks like Eruption's inevitable here. DRS is open. C Miller's dumping everything he's got. Holds the inside line. Does not want to let it happen. But Eruption, with the speed, will take it at the line. And only just by 0.03 of a second as well. Tiny gaps here for 5th and 7th. Amazing right there. And Sketchable, unfortunately, will come home in last, but may potentially finish off with a fast slap. He's gone purple in sector 1. He's gone purple in sector 2. Can he at least get a fast slap to cap off his driving career here in Moose Racing League? He comes across the line. Needs to go really, really quick here. Can he do it? I don't think he did. I think he missed it. And if he did, it's only by just. We'll take a look in the next standing screen. But that is the capping of Season 14, ladies and gentlemen, with a Cloud win. A disgusting performance from Cloud in the best way. He absolutely dominated from start to finish. Phenomenal, phenomenal race. He had to work for it for a little while, but as soon as that mistake happened from Supply Raptor, he was gone. And he got it done. Phenomenal race for him for sure. Fast lap does go to Eruption, actually. So it looks like Sketchable was not able to steal that one at the end. Almost did, though. I'm sure it was very, very close. But well done to all these drivers for a great season and a great race here tonight. Cloud with the win. ADF in 2nd. Supply Raptor in 3rd. Henry comes home in 4th. Andy in 5th. And those 2 combined points does make Aston Martin P2 in the Combined Constructors Championship as well over VCarb. Eruption in 6th, and then of course the VCarb driver C. Miller in 7th, doing his best effort to hold off the onslaught of points from the Aston Martin team, but just was not quite enough. Sketchable in 8th, and then Ferrari and Minico not finishing. Unfortunately, they get 9th and 10th. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. Holy smoke-a-rolly. That was crazy. What a way to set off the season, guys. What a way to set off the season. We absolutely have to do interviews right there with Cloud, ADF, and Supply Raptor. Let me fix my camera a little bit. Cloud, ADF, and Supply Raptor. Let's go ahead and shoot the messages and see if they're able to get in here. We have to do some interviews. Cloud, ADF, and Supply Raptor. I wonder if they're already in the room. At Cloud, at ADF, at Supply. Interview time. Boom. Let's get these guys in there. Is there any students for not yet, but you never know. You never know. We have a little bit of time for the off-season, so we got some time to get in there for sure. You never know. We might end up having something fun. So we have some time to do so. Let's see if any of these 3 legends are able to jump in here for an interview, because they absolutely crushed it. They did a great job, all 3 of them. Hopefully at least one of them is able to come join us. It looks like Cloud's already in here. Let's see if we can get anybody else to jump in here. If we can get Supply Raptor, of course, first. Is always my pick, because he did not win the championship, but he was a 3rd place finisher. So we want to see if we can get Cloud in here. Mr. Cloud, or sorry, Mr. Supply Raptor. ADF's in there. See if we can get Supply Raptor. He'll be jumping in a second. Okay. So first things first, let's go ahead and take ADF and let's jump him in here. ADF, what's up, dude? How we doing? What a race, man. Way to cap off the season with a great podium finish. How are you feeling after that one?
Pretty good. Just last night, I was just practicing the normal amount. I wasn't really expecting much. I was kind of surprised.
Well, I mean, honestly, whatever you were doing was working, because you put down some awesome laps today. You were definitely, one of the faster ones out there on track. You did a phenomenal job for sure. And to get that 2nd place is great. I actually, at the very beginning of the race, I did say that I was expecting a bit of a non-traditional winner, for lack of a better term, and I put your name in the hat. I actually thought you were going to have it too. But of course, being on the alternate tire strat, then everybody else kind of ended up not playing in your favor, did it? Was that always going to be the case? You were going to go on the alternate, or was that kind of a game time decision you made today?
That was always going to be the plan. The real problem was that I just didn't have enough straight line speed compared to Cloud and Supply. And that's just because I didn't really have a setup until today. So
I was going to say, did you go on default? You crazy, man?
No, I didn't have a default, but they had like way more straight line speed than me.
I mean, that Red Bull was slippery as a tadpole, dude. That thing was flying in the straight line. So yeah, it was going to be tough to hold him off no matter what you did. But, I think you did a really good job to hold him off for as long as you possibly could. It's definitely a tough way to cap off the season, given the fact that there wasn't a way for you to make any positions up at the end. But if I recall correctly, you do finish fourth or fifth overall for your tier? I think it's fourth. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, you got fifth because Andy ended up taking fourth. He had already had it sealed up before the start of this race. Looking at that though, and looking into next season, what do you think you would do differently, knowing what you know now, for next season to see if you can put yourself up a little higher up in the timetable or on the standings?
Lower wings for every single race.
Do you feel like you just kept getting swamped on the straights every single race this season?
Most races, yeah.
Interesting.
It's only been a couple races. Like the other race I got a podium was Miami, and that was the only other race where I wasn't slow on the straights.
Well, looks like that's the solution for you for sure. I mean, it's interesting. Like, you would think that cornering speed would be the one that's more important, but I think in general, it seems like these cars kind of all have a pretty similar baseline, minimum speed that you're going to get. So it looks like, yeah, it's all about the straight speeds then, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Well, man, thank you so much again for a great season. Thank you so much for racing tonight, and thanks for all the entertainment as always. We cannot wait to see you back, hopefully, for next season, for season 15. It's going to be a wild one. Of course. We'll talk to you later. All right, guys. And now we have to bring in Supply Raptor, the man of P2 himself. Let's see what he's got to say. Mr. Raptor, hello. How are you doing? Good long time no see, my friend.
Hello.
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 We can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hey, howdy. Man, how are you feeling after that? Well, that's a heartbreak, but also a good race. It's tough. I mean, I know you obviously wanted that win. You wanted that win, and you knew it was on stake for that win too. I'm sure you did. That win, dude. If you won that race, you would have won the tier 2 or the tier 1 constructors championship.
Yeah,
I know. As soon as you went a little deep there, I was like, oh, I think it's over. And yeah, there was nothing for you to do. You definitely overset that one a little bit. But hey, you got to go for it, right? It's the final race, the final season. You got to go for it, right?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I'm happy about is I put a lot of effort during this season, and so I mean, even though I missed 4 races or 3 races.
Yeah, I mean, even with that, you still got second place against somebody who won literally more than 50% of the races that he entered.
Yeah.
So no, he won. Yeah, 50% of the races that he entered, and then out of the ones that he didn't win, he podiumed 50% of them. Or sorry, second placed 50% of them. He didn't even get third. It was either first, second, or like kind of not good. So I mean, like, against that, like, you were definitely up against the wall, but you beat Tachubi, who decided to have a bit of an early rage quit, and you put yourself in a really good position to just hold on to that lead plenty fine. And so yeah, man, I think you got all you can do to pat yourself on the back. Looking into next season, obviously, you mentioned that you put in a lot of effort for this season. What would you do differently in next season? Would it be more effort? Would it be a change of mindset? What do you think would be the trick to maybe put yourself up in the top step of the championship standings?
Just keep doing what I'm doing, and better have, of course, less lag in races.
Would help. Yeah.
But definitely help. Yeah, that's it. So.
That's
overall.
Oh, go ahead.
But yeah, overall, it was fun season. I wasn't mad. If Red Bull beat me, I mean, I wasn't mad at all. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, I wasn't slow this season at all.
No.
So,
No, definitely not.
So definitely not. So yeah.
Yeah, you consistently had good results. I mean, you had a couple wins, of course, and looking at your teammate as well. You guys actually kind of worked as a team because it was you two versus Cloud, because Cloud obviously won the Constructors Championship by getting all points but 1 for his team, which is insane. That's absolutely insane.
Well, I did it too. Right.
You did really well for your team, but Mods and some others actually. I think it was just Mods was your only other teammate that really put in a lot of points. You had some other reserves that put in some good points for you guys too.
I'm talking about like the season before, like on.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
Oh yeah, I
did. Carried so hard, dude. Yeah,
I remember that. I was like, what?
You know what it's like to hold the weight of a whole team on your shoulders. So man, you did a great job this season. Carrying that weight as well. You obviously were the best driver within your team for sure, and you helped Haas win the overall constructors across all tiers combined. with Titan as a brand new TP2. Everybody was like, ah, man, I mean, he's brand new. Like, what's the best he can do, right? And he goes absolutely crushes it with the win. So, you know, I think you guys obviously have a lot to say and a lot to be proud of. I think you guys all took it very seriously and really went after it, and it paid off. So congratulations to you guys as well. You deserve all the flowers. Well done, my friend.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course.
I'm surprised that we were in the lead because as soon as I look at team standings, we were leading by a mile. I was like,
destroying.
What the heck?
Yeah, but at the end of tier 3 today, it was done. Mathematically, it was done. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I know. So you guys did a great job. You know, it's a phenomenal season, all season long. So yeah, congrats to you and congrats to Titan as well. I'm sure. Hopefully he's watching so that way he can soak it in as a big time winner. Well, man, I'm gonna go chat with Cloud. Thank you again for the great race tonight, and yeah, can't wait to see you next season.
Yup. Have fun with Cloud.
Yeah, we will. See you later, man.
Bye.
All right, guys, and now let's go take in our race winner and our tier 1 championship winner as well, Mr. Cloud. Well, howdy, Cloud.
Hello.
How are you doing, winner, my friend? How are you feeling after that one?
Pretty chill actually. You know, I'm just happy that we could finally me and Rockin could finally get the constructors title. So
I know.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it was a constructor's title that was entirely won by yourself. You had 1 point of help from your other teammates. It's literally 1 point, which is, it's like not even like an exaggeration. It was literally 1 point, which is the funniest thing about it. So technically you didn't do it all by yourself. You know, you can't take all the credit. But no, no, you did a phenomenal season, obviously winning the driver's championship like 2-3 rounds early, if I recall correctly, winning the constructor championship by a disgusting mile. You won half of the races that you entered, and of the ones that you didn't win, you got second place in half of those. So it was just an insane season. Like absolutely bonkers. So, you know, phenomenal run this season for sure. How are you feeling about today's race? I know you it looked like you had to work for it a little bit too, up until that big move from Raptor where he oversensed the crap out of it. How are you feeling going up into the before lap 29 when that happened?
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous. 'Cause generally in most of the races, especially like considering the circumstances of like having to finish either P2 and P3 or make sure he doesn't win at least.
Yep.
I was a bit more nervous because the pace wasn't there as it usually is. Usually I have like at least like a comfortable advantage compared to the people I'm racing, and this time it just wasn't there. But yeah, I was a bit nervous when the gap stretched out to 1.4, so I just had to do something I usually don't do, and I just did the undercut just to at least get track position.
Yeah, I saw you make the undercut, and I was even mentioning on the commentary, I was like, you know, whoever pits first, the other guy has to go in the lap afterwards, otherwise it's a bad move. Like the undercut is going to beat them. And then Supplier after staying an extra lap, I'm like, uh-oh, that was a bad move. And it was for sure, because had he gone in the lap after that, he probably would have come out maybe 7/10 behind you, and it would have been a scrap straight off the line. Like you guys would have had to been fighting for it instantly. Versus, you know, you had at least a lap and a half to kind of collect your bearings, like, okay, cool, I'm the lead here, I can, you know, just assess the situation and then start the defense, which you did phenomenally, you know, well at, for sure, especially given the fact that you were having to also then catch up to the guy in front of you. So it's pretty good. It was a phenomenal race. Now, Red Bull obviously didn't have the most successful season, unfortunately literally coming in last, the combined constructors, yet you have given them a constructors out of all that. So to know that you were like, you know, such a points contributor for the Red Bull, what do you think you would do next season to maybe help the rest of your combined team gain even more points? Because you were obviously, you know, a shining example for your team.
Probably, I know to my teammates out, probably just like get some like laps together and stuff, or like do some like sessions together. I did a few I did like 1 or 2 with one of the lower tier drivers at the beginning of the season with Snoop at Canada. But probably just doing more group practices, maybe posting some the beginning
hot laps
there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's funny that you mentioned that. The thing that had always helped me the most when it comes to going faster in this game is literally just watching an esports hot lap. It makes a huge difference for me just to watch it like 5 times. Like, oh, okay, I don't have to break there, but I do have to break there. Especially like, you know, I still use the racing line, even though on every other game I don't, but this game I do. And to not follow it so religiously is a key to speed. So seeing those laps definitely makes a big difference. So yeah, maybe that's a trick for next season. Well, man, thank you again for a phenomenal season this season. Way to cap it off. Season 14 could not have been finished in a different way. I mean, it was written in the history. It was written in the storybooks the moment that you got drafted. We knew you were going to win this thing, but it was just a question of by how much. And wow, you won it by a lot. So phenomenal job, man. Congrats, massive congratulations again. And we're excited to see you again for next season.
I didn't catch my mic. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course. No worries, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you later. And by the way, guys, we're going to go ahead and bring in a special interview. We are going to go ahead and get Edge in because he was the combined #1 point scorer out of all drivers this season. We usually wouldn't bring in somebody who's not tier 1, but you know what? For somebody who has such a dominant season, I think we've got to do it. Let's go bring Edge in here for the final interview of season 14. There he is. Howdy, Edge. Hello. You know, you said, hey, can I get an interview? And I think it would not be right if you didn't get one because you were, as you mentioned, the #1 winner in Moose Racing League by a disgusting margin. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the standings, but if I recall correctly, it's gross how much you won by. It's truly gross. Yeah, that's gross, dude. 40 freaking points going into today, and I don't think Newbie outscored you at all today, did he? But he won.
He won. I got P2, and then I got P5. So I have 28, and I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where he finished.
Well, I mean, you still won by an exceptional margin. So phenomenal job this season. I mean, you had your work cut out for you for sure. That tier was not easy, but you kind of made it look easy. What do you think changed? It seemed like the back half of your season, especially, was like a light switch. What do you think switched on?
I was more focused just staying on the track than pushing as hard as I can, in a way.
Yeah.
And it made me a lot faster because I was burning up tires early in the season, even though I was still up ahead.
Yeah.
I was mostly doing one-stoppers, and then I learned a lot off of Andy, keeping my tires in
better windows. Yep.
Better windows, so I can make it farther when controller is already so bad with tire wear. So, yeah, I guess that's how I improved, is just tire wear. I was managing it well, but I'll probably be up in tier 2 next season, and
I guarantee you will be. Tier 2 may even be too low for you. You never know. I mean, you just absolutely destroyed it this season for sure. So, I mean, you got a lot to be proud of. You did a great job.
I had a fun season. Even I raced in tier 1 and still got points somehow.
Yep.
Especially Vegas was my most funnest race. I come into turn 1 and it's just a great wall of China in front of me.
That's how it seems to always go in those tiers, man. I swear, they're absolutely wild for sure. But yeah, man. Hey, just congratulations, man. You did a phenomenal job. Very, very impressed, and yeah, well done. Well done for your combined championship, being the highest point scorer in all of Miss Racing League.
And I'm tied with Giants fan with the most constructors in the league.
Really?
Yep. I won my constructors today against Sauber.
The man has been dethroned. Look at him. All right. Next season. Yeah, exactly. Next season. It's time for you to go do it again. You have to now. Now that you have that record, you got a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So excited to see you rise up. I mean, whenever you end up in a scenario with the pressure, you always seem to rise to the occasion. So congratulations again, man. Well done. And we're excited to see you next season.
Thank you. Have a nice
Of
day.
course. See you later, man. All right, guys, and that is going to be how we finish it here tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. You guys are absolute legends. That was so much fun. What a way to finish off the season. It was definitely wild for sure. But you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. It was great. That was lots of fun. Thanks so much, everybody. Again, congrats to all the champions for the season. Congrats to everybody for a phenomenal season 14. And we're on to season 15 starting in October. I want to say the race is October 19th, if I recall correctly, which means signups will be done right around October 11th. So make sure you get your signups in if you haven't yet already. We'd love to have you around. Of course, if you guys are looking to do more than just race and you want to go jump into commentary, jump into the stewards, jump into any of the other team principals, of course, we're looking for more. Make sure you put those applications in as well. Those applications, I believe, are also in either the announcements or the season 15 signups. So make sure you go get that stuff done as well. We'd love to have you around to make the league even more amazing than it already is. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your hard work. I want to say a massive, massive thank you, of course, to MRK for helping take over a lot of the stuff for media this season while I've been very busy. Thank you, thank you, thank you as well. I want to say a massive thank you to Kayla and Cobb and just all the rest of the media team. You guys all have stepped up like crazy and really helped out a ton. So thanks so much to everybody there for making it a great season. Thanks so much to all the stewards this season who did a great job adjudicating the craziness that we had this season. There were some weeks that were... whoa, they were something else. And so the stewards deserve a round of applause for sure. Thanks so much to Mod as well for making this league an amazing place for all of us to call home and have a great weekend every single Sunday. Sunday equals Moose Days, ladies and gentlemen. That's never going to go away. So thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. And of course, thanks to all 9 of my other fellow team principals for a phenomenal season, for great competition, for awesome... awesome chats in that team principal chat. Always good fun debates, always in good spirits. This is probably like the nicest everyone's ever been as team principals in like the nicest way. It was really, really great. Minus like maybe season 1 where like everybody was just like 5-year-long homies. So that was really, really great. And congratulations to, of course, the newest team principal and also the newest winner as a team principal for Combined Constructors Championship, Mr. Titan, to go from such a rough couple seasons as a driver, always being placed a tier or 2 above where he probably should have been, to then say, you know what, I've got a vendetta against that. I'm gonna go make this my season, and he definitely did that for sure. So phenomenal job to Mr. Titan for the constructors win as a team principal. Just an amazing, amazing season for sure. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. You guys are legends. We shall see you guys in October for season 15. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and adios. Bye, 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 bye.